Hi, and welcome to Deciphering the Zodiac. This is your weekly collective energy reading for January 3rd through January 10th, 2026. If you're here right now, this message is meeting you at a moment where clarity is beginning to replace hesitation. This week carries an energy of recalibration, not through force, but through awareness. Many are recognizing where momentum is ready to return, just in a more intentional and grounded way. If you notice themes around decision-making, emotional awareness, or restructuring priorities, this reading will help you understand how to work with the week rather than pushing against it. Before we go deeper, take a moment to like and subscribe so you don't miss future weekly readings. These messages are designed to help you navigate the energies with clarity and confidence, week by week. Let's move into the energy of this week. Core theme of the week. This week acts as a bridge between reflection and action. There is a noticeable shift away from processing for the sake of processing, and toward integration, taking what has been learned emotionally and applying it in practical, tangible ways. The planetary energy supports conscious movement forward. This is a week where clarity becomes available when you choose presence over urgency. Rather than asking, "What should I do next?" the better question this week is, "What already feels clear?" This week responds best to alignment rather than effort. Full moon in Cancer, integration and release. The full moon in Cancer on January 3rd sets the emotional tone for the entire week. This lunation highlights emotional security, inner needs, family dynamics, and personal foundations. It brings awareness to what has been quietly influencing decisions beneath the surface. For many, this full moon creates emotional clarity rather than emotional overwhelm. It helps illuminate what has outgrown its role, patterns, attachments, or emotional responsibilities that no longer need to be carried forward. This energy supports release through acknowledgement. Simply noticing what you've been holding is often enough to begin letting it go. This is not about revisiting the past. It's about understanding what emotional wisdom you're taking with you into the next phase. Sun conjunct Venus, values, alignment and priority. The Sun conjunct Venus this week brings attention to values, relationships, and personal alignment. This aspect helps clarify what genuinely matters, not in theory, but in lived experience. You may notice a stronger desire to invest time and energy where reciprocity, respect, and stability are present. This is a supportive energy for refining commitments to people, goals, routines, and even self-care practices. There is a quiet recalibration happening. Less obligation, more intentional choice. This alignment supports decisions that feel steady, sustainable, and rooted in self-respect. Uranus in Taurus, subtle shifts and practical breakthroughs. Uranus continues its steady influence in Taurus, encouraging gradual but meaningful change in areas related to stability, resources, values, and long-term security. This week, its energy shows up in subtle realizations rather than dramatic disruptions. Small insights may lead to practical improvements, shifts in routine, financial awareness, or how energy is managed day to day. Innovation doesn't require upheaval this week. It works best when integrated slowly and intentionally. Pay attention to ideas that feel both new and grounded, those are the ones worth exploring. Supportive aspects, trines and sextiles. Ease, flow, and cooperation. This week also benefits from supportive trines and sextiles, which create natural flow and cooperation between energies. These aspects help ideas move into form with less resistance. They support collaboration, problem solving, and progress that feels organic rather than forced. When something moves easily this week, it's a signal of alignment. When something requires constant effort, it may be asking for reassessment rather than persistence. The key is responsiveness, noticing where life meets you halfway. Mindset and awareness. Mentally, this week favors clarity over overthinking. You may find that answers surface when you pause rather than push. Conversations feel more productive when grounded in honesty and simplicity. This is a strong week for recalibrating internal narratives, choosing perspectives that support growth without pressure. Awareness becomes the catalyst for movement. Action and momentum. Action this week works best when it's intentional and well-paced. Rather than initiating multiple new directions, focus on strengthening what already feels aligned. Small, consistent steps create momentum that compounds over time. This is not a week for urgency. It's a week for conscious follow-through. Integration practices for the week. Mindset integration. I move forward with clarity and grounded confidence. Embodied action. Choose one practical adjustment that supports stability, reorganizing a schedule, refining a plan, or simplifying a commitment. Energetic awareness. Notice where your energy naturally wants to flow. Let that guide decisions rather than external pressure. Full moon reflection. Ask yourself, what emotional insight am I integrating into my next steps? Affirmations. Speak slowly. I trust clarity as it unfolds. I align my actions with what truly matters. I move forward with stability and intention. I allow ease to guide my progress. Closing plus community prompt plus final CTA. This week invites grounded movement, emotional integration, and intentional progress. When clarity leads, action follows naturally. Which part of this week's energy resonated most with you? Emotional awareness, practical alignment, or forward momentum? Share in the comments.